What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great weekend. You had a great 4th of July. We're back with another episode of the Pits Podcast. I'm your host, JB, joined by the ever rockin' steady beer guy. What's up, man?
What's up? I was doing my little little water sound.
That's all you can hear now, huh?
Yeah, that's all I hear at the very end, just a little water sound.
Yeah, I like that, man. The stupid intro we had before got flagged, so we had to kind of make one on the fly there, and it works. It does its thing.
Oh.
So we appreciate you guys for tuning in for another episode. What's up, Mac? How you doing, man? Well, man, sorry. We have no guests this week. It's kind of an off week for a lot of the teams. They're enjoying the break in between the last race and the upcoming race in Sonoma. So we've got a kind of a breakdown episode for you guys. The people at Race Bracket Bonanza just rolled out their brand new Major Moments bracket. If you've been following along, they've done the I'm going brain dead here. They've done the Pro Stock Motorcycle, Pro Stock class, and the Top Fuel class, and now they are rounding it off with the Funny Car class. They got some cool moments to go through. We've got some video to go through and break down. It's one of my favorite things they've done so far this season is this bracket. I'm excited to see how the other brackets are going to be broken down when they do their, just major moments brackets of all the other classes. That'll be really exciting to see that. But yeah, how was your weekend, man? How was your 4th of July?
It was good. I was at the house. My wife and the baby, they were at her dad's house for the week, so I was bachelor life. You think you like it until they're all gone and the house is quiet. You're like,
yep.
I don't think I like this, but no, it was good. I went and picked them up on Sunday. We just kind of hung around the house and cooked and didn't do a whole lot. How about you?
Yeah, same thing. So Saturday we just hung around, got in the pool mid-afternoon, barbecued a tri-tip, and then set off some fireworks, which was really fun because my little guy, he's 5 years old. Last year, I don't know if you guys, it was pretty big national news. There was a firework warehouse locally to us within a few hours that exploded like a week before the 4th of July. And 6 people perished, unfortunately. And there was numerous towns that had their entire firework display for the 4th of July kept in that warehouse, and our town was one of them. So the big 4th of July bash at it's called Lodi Lake, which I live 2 blocks from. We can sit in our front yard and just watch the whole town's fireworks show. It's really sweet. That didn't happen last year, so we just put the little guy to bed last year and went to sleep, and didn't really do much. So this year, it's kind of like his first year that he's really cognitive of like understanding things and like, oh, that's cool. And I like watching that. He was 4 years old. He didn't get that opportunity. 3 years old. He definitely was not really aware of what was going on. So we set off a bunch of fireworks, and his reaction to them, man, was everything. Like that made the entire holiday for me. We're sitting back watching him. I couldn't light the fireworks quick enough for him. The second one would go out, he was going, need help, which is like, hurry up, man. You do need help doing this? I need help. And so, yeah, we sat out in the front yard, lit some fireworks. Like I said, we live about 2 blocks away from Lodi Lake. So not only did we have our own display, we got to watch the entire town's, big shebang. Didn't have to leave the comfort of our own house. And watched all the jackasses. Our street fills up with hundreds of cars trying to find parking. And at about 15 minutes to showtime, It's like a drag strip down our street, dude. There are cars just vroom, vroom, just zipping. And it's like, okay, like this is the one holiday where people are out in the street, like lighting fireworks. And I had a bunch of people that like, I didn't light the fireworks directly in the middle of the street because I'm aware of, cars coming down, but there was a few people that drove by and just dirty looked at me like, how dare you be lighting fireworks close to my car right now? And it's like,
That's when you wish
yourself,
you had a
man.
Roman candle just to light right quick.
Yeah. So it was fun though. We enjoyed it and had some ice cream and apple pie and celebrated America's 250th birthday, man. That was kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could have drank beer for the holiday, but I was on call at work, so I couldn't. So I was like,
there you go. You're a good man.
I was like, well, and I wouldn't have been so worried about it, but the highway patrol announced they were doing a big crackdown on that stuff, and then the craziest thing is 2 days later, 3 days later, yes, 2 days later. Sorry, Monday morning, we had an EMS ambulance struck by a car. The guy was doing 120 miles an hour.
Oh,
driving under the DUI, driving under the influence. And I was like, whoa.
that's way too fast to be driving sober. I mean,
At 8
let
o'clock
alone
in the
under the
morning.
influence.
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was keyed up.
Yeah, killed the lady in the back tending to the patient. So that was awful. But like I was like, that just like shows you you got to have self-awareness when it comes to that. So many people are so careless.
Oh yeah, you're invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely invincible. That sucks, man. Heart goes out to them for sure. That's you're doing the Lord's work and trying to save someone, and you're out there, putting yourself, in a position of caring for someone else, which is, phenomenal in its own right. And then someone comes along and just does something stupid like that. Just that ain't right.
Yeah, no, it was wild, but yeah, no, you're talking about your little one liking the fireworks and everything. My niece was the polar opposite.
Oh no,
she was having a fit. So my brother-in-law, they always do fireworks one day at his family's house. Well, they ended up having to get the car and park her in the truck, or put her in the truck to get away from the noise during that.
Yeah.
And then she was at the house and people across the street were shooting off fireworks. So we're out there, my parents are out in the country. So there were people shooting off fireworks out there, and like she was having a come apart. I'm like,
that's a bummer.
Lord, last year she loved them, but I said, I don't know. So we'll see what my little guy does next year.
Yeah, a little too young to be out there. We didn't bring our little guy out the first year. It was too much, And my guy's he's autistic, and in a lot of cases, people with autism, loud sounds can be really triggering. And my son is the complete opposite. He likes a good jump scare. He likes a good bang pop. When I took him to the drag races at the drag strip at our town, he was lighting up the second those cars would launch. And I was kind of like watching him like, all right, are we about to have to leave in a few minutes? And I understand. And no, dude, it was game on from that point. So I knew he was going to enjoy this.
Yeah. You just wait till you take him to that first nitro race. He's going to go crazy.
Oh yeah. Speaking of first nitro races, did you see the big news from NHRA that dropped today? The 4 race scheduled to start the 2027 year has dropped. There is some new configuration to that. There's a lot of people talking about it now, and I think most of what I'm reading is positive. You've got Pomona February 18th to the 21st, followed by Phoenix, which Pomona starting off the season again just kind of feels right. Phoenix February 26th to the 28th. Gainesville now the third race of the season, March 11th to the 14th, and Charlotte April 2nd through the 4th, which that's your hometown right there. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was honestly, I was kind of bummed out that it was moved to the early part of April, because it's a little bit warmer in April. But then I got to thinking, I was like, well, that part of April right there, it can get cold at night here. Like we can still have a little cold snap here and there. So are we are we looking at where we're going to shatter some records in Charlotte next year at Fort White? Because I mean, Brittany Force went what 341 at Charlotte
Yeah.
2 years ago or
Yep.
last year.
Last year.
Yep. So last year. So I mean, maybe it's a positive move for that. I really thought they would have went Gainesville, Charlotte back to back, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah, so there's a quite a bit of break in between the two races there. It was about like 3 weeks or so.
Could be a lot of testing in the area too, though. So I
Yeah,
might have to go
that's
sneak into some test sessions during
this
that
can be
break.
boding pretty well for you, man. I think you're right on with the cooler conditions. Could you imagine a four wide where 2, 3, even maybe 4 cars are hitting 338 to 340?
Oh man, imagine you get Langdon, Kalita, um, Josh Hart, and one other, Tony
Matty
Stewart
Gordon.
or Leah Pruitt, Maddie Gordon. She's hit 340 a few times now. Those 4 line up, and every car goes 340. Like that'd be insane.
I'd hit the Richter scale. I guarantee that would show
Like
up on some sort of Richter scale.
small earthquake reported in Concord, North Carolina. Psych.
Yeah, and they're also doing the 50 years of force celebration. They've been talking about that for pretty much all season so far, but it's really cool that the 50 years of force celebration is kicking off in John Force's backyard in Pomona. Is within earshot of the old setup there. I know they've kind of moved their operation from Southern California, and I believe most of it's now in Indy, correct, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
But they still have the museum and things like that, but it's still technically right in their backyard.
Yeah, I see Eddie Frampton from time to time. He posts about them working out of the California shop or whatever, because I think he's been out in California ever since the last race. So getting ready for this West Coast swing.
Yeah. Drag Race Mayhem says, I'm glad we're back in February, but man, Pomona isn't the same as when it was when I grew up in the early 2010s. Place lost its vibe. Yeah, I can see that. Hopefully this kind of kicks it back into an old school vibe, being the kickoff race of the season there and kind of bringing it. Usually they bring the big guns when it comes to the first race. It just kind of makes sense to, bring all the show out there. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll gonna try and make it out to Pomona next year. I'm so sorry. Hang on.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I kind of wonder if the Pomona thing was planned, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but this one, I'm with you. Gainesville just here lately has just seemed like the best place to start. You start in Florida, you feel like you're kind of starting like NASCAR does with Daytona. Everything has seemed to kind of gel well with Gainesville.
Yeah, it's a great.
Maybe this is just a 1 year for the 50 years of force to kick the year off. Is kind of where I was getting to with that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, only time will tell. See how things are. But like I said, I think I think it'll be great. But I could be wrong. But it's kind of throwing it back to the earlier start to the year, which is really cool. Less downtime, less time to fill with what the hell do I do? There ain't no racing this weekend. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah.
Trying to get.
I knew the Charlotte race was. Well, they had announced it was going to be the 1st April on our ticket renewal. Like you went to the Charlotte website and it showed up, and I was like, "Is this right?" Like I don't know if this is right. I said, "Well, I'll just wait till they announce the schedule. Maybe it'll change." Nope, that was it. I said, "Well,
the real deal."
Yep. I would like to see them go to Bristol in April, either April or October next
Be a
year.
good one.
I feel like a late year, late fall in the countdown at Bristol could be fun, or a early spring at Bristol, like a back-to-back weekend where you had the Cup race one weekend and you had the drag race in the next weekend, and kind of merged the NASCAR and NHRA world together. So
How about the speaking of making things big and whatnot? How about the viewership being the sixth most watched race last weekend in what was that? Norwalk, excuse me. I'm brain dead today. I'm sorry, guys. A lot going on here. Norwalk had incredible viewership. Pretty cool for the NHRA. It was a monumental weekend in a lot of different ways. If you missed it, go back and watch. Maddie Gordon secures her first win. Ron Capps doubles it up with a funny car win. You had Sadie Glenn winning her thing, and yeah, it was a great race. So I'm excited that a lot of eyes were on that because it definitely needed it.
I'd like to see the NHRA TV viewership, especially during the time that Sadie was running. Like,
yeah,
everybody had to be. Everybody that feel like NHRA TV probably knows who Sadie is. So,
it was funny. All the big talk this last week was, Taylor and Travis. I couldn't have cared less about that, man. All I wanted to hear was about Sadie and Wally. Yeah. I mean, that's the couple I was, wanting to hear about.
Yeah. Somebody wrecking out in your backyard?
It's my little guy, man. He is.
Oh, I thought it was a car in the streets out there. I was like, holy crap!
No, he's pounding on the door, screaming his head off right now.
Oh
no. Poor Bubby.
Might have to make this one quick today.
Yeah, he's having a tough day right now, but he's got his buddy here, his therapist, so they're working together.
I got you.
Give me 1 second, actually.
All right.
I know it always works. Giving him the old cell phone.
So you gotta let me know where you're getting this info from, man, because I guess if I go online, I'd probably find it more, but I haven't heard nothing on the TV deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, Jay. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard. I know that there's been rumblings of a TV deal coming down the line, and they're kind of working some things out, but I haven't read, where I haven't seen the Mighty Mac video yet. But it does sound like there are some quiet rumblings about a new deal that's coming on.
I wish they would cut a deal with Prime. Not so much Netflix. Netflix is, I try to watch wrestling through the Netflix stuff, and it's even Peacock. Yeah. Like, I could get down with watching it on Peacock.
Yeah, that's where I heard it was on the Shake and Bake show. I was trying to remember.
See, I missed the last show, so that's probably But yeah, I wish like Prime for like 2 or 3 races during the summer or something, kind of like what NASCAR's doing. Like, they had 6 races, but if you took 3 races and put them on Prime and had some people show up big time, like, I think you could hook a bigger audience in the end.
But I think the first race of the season to kind of captivate people would be a smart one to do. Indy, of course, Indy, and then I mean, just pick any other one. I mean, Texas Motorplex would probably be a good one. They do a good show out there.
Yeah,
that would probably be a 3-headed monster.
Yeah, and keep loans. Maybe change out Pedregon.
My feelings on Pedregon.
Some different faces.
Yeah.
To the group.
Speaking of different faces in broadcasting, did you watch the WFO radio yesterday?
I did not.
Jason Logan made an appearance, man. J-Lo was back for a brief second. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is super cool to hear from him, man. I mean, he's kind of just been hiding in the dark there, doing his own thing. But yeah, he popped on. They had Sadie Glenn on, and he was popping on to say what's up and congratulate her. But it was really neat to hear from him, man. Miss hearing him every weekend on the .TV.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right. Tony Pedregon. Carbon fiber is made of carbon fiber. Yeah,
he's
I've
not.
mentioned it.
Listen, I'm trying.
You're
to
a big Tony
right.
Pedregon fan, is what you're trying to say.
No, well, no. I saw Drag Race and Mayhem's comment about the Speaks Fact. He is very knowledgeable. He is very knowledgeable, but there are some times where his mouth overrides his ass, and it can't cash the checks that it writes. You know, you had the whole deal with, I think, Erica and Courtney last year with him, or Erica and Tony last year. I don't
know. Mine stems from nothing about his commentary or anything like that. My dislike for him is a almost lifelong feud that I've had running with Tony Pedregon. I think I mentioned it early on in the show, when we first started doing this, but the guy big leagued me in the biggest way possible when I was like 9 years old, man. Standing at the ropes, he signs everybody's hero card. Everybody's. Gets to me, puts his pen over the top of the thing, like he's almost pen to paper, looks me dead in the eyes and goes, and turns around and walks away. I went, oh, okay. Said some choice words that a 9-year-old probably shouldn't be saying. And he turned around the second he heard it, dude. He turned back around, like, looked right at me. There happened to be a trash can right next to me. And as him and I are just eye deadlocked. He just watches me throw his hero card in the trash can. And I was like, this guy, man, I ain't never going to come back and get an autograph from you, dude. How are you going to big league a 9-year-old? Like, that takes a certain kind of ass right there.
Here's the question. Are you going to confront him next weekend?
I am making a beeline straight to that press box. Be like, you remember me. I know you do. You've lost some sleep over it. I know I've lost some sleep. I'm gonna just let that one ride. And if I ever came across him, I mean,
if he sees it, he's like, JB, man, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Would you be good then? Would you be okay with Tony Pedregon?
We might have to make amends. We might have to do it on the show. I'd have to corner him and be like, hey man, I'll only accept this apology if you come on the show and let's hash it out. Let's do this thing right. The 9-year-old me is still writhing on the inside, man.
I wish we had some like characters that could be in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's kind of trying to think of not flamboyant, but
I know what you're trying to say.
Somebody who's just like, you got, it seems cliche, but you got Dale Jr. in the Amazon Prime booth, and the TNT with NASCAR. It just like he adds a little bit of excitement. Like I could see Travis Shoemaker being like a good analyst in the end. You know what I'm saying?
He would be a spot on nail on the head right there. That would be a great person to throw there.
Yeah, and
he's not racing every weekend.
Yeah, and not to replace Tony, but just somebody who adds a different perspective, a different personality. Like kind of like Courtney Enders, but I don't know, somebody different. Like I just, sometimes it's just nice to like switch it up and have a different flavor every once in a while. Like NASCAR, if you watch, it's like Mike Joy. He's like your Brian Loans of NASCAR. Him and Brian Loans are kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's just a different, like I say, just a different one. And it don't have to be he's going to come in or he or she or whoever's going to come in for 3 races, right? Just a couple races, or not 3 races, sorry, the whole season. They'll come in for a few races through maybe a West Coast swing or something like that. When the man retires, Jack Beckman would be a funny one to be up there because the dude's knowledgeable and he's funny. So
yeah, Antron Brown. There's another one that's a big, a big personality, fun, likable, silly. But dude, I think you got something going there with the Travis Shoemaker. He's fun, man. I mean, from the time we talked to him, everything that I, see on his social media, the guy just brings it. I mean, nonstop. He's got a great vibe.
Yeah, you'd strike a nerve with one particular audience, but you got to.
I'm sure he has already, but whatever. I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get on over to I'm gonna pop open the share screen here. The big talk of the show today is, let me see. Bam. Well, that shows nothing. That is so small.
Oh boy. I might be able to read that.
I don't think anyone else can. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, I can read that. It's on full screen. I can read it.
All right, so yeah, we're good to go. So the Drag Race Bracket Bonanza people, like we said, dropped the funny car top moments here. We have in bracket number 1, John Force Texas Motorplex crash. John Force wins 13 races in 1 season. You have John Force earning his 100th victory, which we do have video from that.
99 came back at Pomona. And then for TJ, well, he hasn't won since last year at Las Vegas. There's the win by length. These two guys have met in 2 previous finals. Force won both of them in 1999 at Dallas and Topeka.
Lane choice doesn't seem to make a difference, but John's been going in that left-hand lane all day. It's been working very well for him, especially early in the run. Let's see what happens.
For the 100th time, we can say it. Force wins. Force wins. John Force wins. 499, 310, Dave Reed.
This is a winner's circle, buddy, like no other. Austin Coyle getting congratulations from everybody.
Dude, look at that crowd, man. Super hyped. I like how they had dropped the confetti at the top end there. That was the starting line.
Reaction times?
No, I missed that. What was it?
I think it said 571.
Oh, no way. Let me see.
0.5s on.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, they were both sleeping.
Yeah. That's insane.
That's insane. Yeah. A four prep back then was perfect. Yeah. I mean, look at what they're leaving it now. If the race would already be over if you left at that time, like it'd be insane. Yeah. Insane. But 100 wins for John Force. What a monumental mark for the sport, for the man, and for the team. Definitely deserving of its spot on the bracket there. Taking a look back at the bracket again. We've got Raymond Beadle flip at the Gator Nationals. I actually have that one queued up too, I do believe. Should have spread them out a little bit more.
1982 at Gainesville, Florida. He's given us a lot of thrills with 3 world championship titles, but on this day it was a thrill of another kind.
Beetle's really tough. He's the guy that put me away, that took away the world championship from me and went on to win 3 consecutive world championships.
This particular race, he's up against Alessagrini. It was in round 1, Gainesville, Florida. Watch the blue car, the famed Blue Max. Suddenly it turns right. Beetle may be overcorrected. He's on his top.
Ooh, that's in trouble right there. But driver that he is, and as good as he is, he kept his cool, got the car back under control, and he's just as safe as can be right now.
Now, I've never believed that people came to a racetrack to see somebody get hurt, and that proves it right there. Look at the ovation for Raymond Beetle as he crawls out of that race car. And, you know, I've seen this 100 times, but I can't wait to see it again. One of the most incredible incidents.
Insane, dude. Look at that. We get these all the time. These like bot.
I don't know. It's weird.
AI viewers stream boo. Stream boo. And they pop on from the whatever app that is that you linked our thing to. I can't remember what it was. Help me out here. Twitch. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they pop in there all the time. But yeah, insane wreck for him to pop back out and just be like, whoa, there's some cojones on that guy.
I love how the announcer was just like, oh, it looks like you overcorrected. Oh, wow.
What gives you that idea that he overcorrected as he's coming back the other way?
Barrel rolling across the finish line.
Insane. So yeah, then we have funny car introduced as a category. John Force claims record 14th title. I can't read that. Cheryl Greer's first funny car national win. Ashley Force Hood reaches funny car final. Jim Dunn's rear engine winter nationals win. Don Perdome versus Raymond Beetle at Indy. John Force wins 15th championship. J.R. Todd's historic funny car title. John Force wins Winston Showdown. Sherm Gunn, what a name, wins the World Finals. Billy Myers wins the U.S. Nationals. Courtney Force, the first female to 100 victories. We've also got Don Perdome's emotional Indy win. John Force wins 125th event. Gary Scelzi wins Top Fuel and Funny Car Championships. Billy Meyer crashes at the U.S. Nationals. Gary Scelzi breaks the 330-mile-per-hour barrier, which, I mean, just kind of insane that wasn't too long ago. They were just breaking it, and now cars like Austin Brock's hitting 340. Bob Tasca 340. You got guys running into the highs there. We also got Don Perdome breaks 5-second barrier. Kenji Okazaki wins the Big Bud shootout, which I wish they would still have something like that with the beer sponsorships. Jack Beckman earns JFR's 300th funny car win. The Pedregon brothers both win funny car titles. Ashley Force Hood earns her first #1 qualifier. Tony Pedregon ends John Force's title streak. Force wins wins after 2007 crash. Ashley Force Hood wins first funny car race. Bob Gilbertson wins Houston Nationals. Gordy Bonin becomes 240 Gordy. John Force becomes NHRA win leader. Some great ones in that first bracket there. Monsters. I mean, there's a lot to actually go through and break down from that first one. It'll be kind of hard. A lot of John Force and a lot of Force racing, which 50 years of Force just makes sense. Setting off the other side of the bracket, #1 versus number 16, we got Tom McEwen beats Snake at the U.S. Nationals. And let's take a look at that.
Shaken by the death of his son, Jamie, to leukemia weeks earlier, Tom the Mongoose McEwen earned the biggest victory of his career, defeating storied Hot Wheels rival Don the Snake Prudhomme.
Funny car eliminator, final race. Tom the Mongoose McEwen against his longtime friend and nemesis, Don the Snake Prudhomme. Prudhomme wrapping up another world championship title. That makes it 4 in a row. but the race is on the line for the national championship in funny car. Prudhomme in the far lane. That has been the better lane in racing thus far later this afternoon. In the near lane, Tom McEwen. And they're off the line, and Prudhomme smokes the tires. McEwen pulling ahead. And it is Tom McEwen with the upset of the race. The crew just going berserk. Tom McEwen's crew members very, very happy as Tom himself winning it for the first time. And this time, it was McEwen prevailing. Here is Don Prudhomme going over to congratulate his longtime friend, Tom McEwen.
I was kind of on a mission, and it worked out really good. But it was a real emotional deal all weekend, and it's something that you don't forget about stuff like that.
Tom McEwen, the winner of Funny Car, getting out of his Corvette. A tribute to McEwen and the Perseverance as he defeated Don Prudhomme for the Funny Car title at the U.S. Nationals.
Super cool, man. I mean, weeks after losing his son to leukemia, like that statement alone it's pretty brutal. It's pretty hardcore to hear, I'm sure that meant a lot. Probably took a lot for him to get back into the seat after that, and for him to crawl back in the seat, win a mere weeks after that tragedy is sick. I mean, one of the greatest moments in drag racing for sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there.
It's the only thing I can really compare it to is the Clay Millican story. And living through that one and how emotional that one was, I can imagine what that felt for fans watching, him crawl in there and win that race. There was probably a lot of support backing him for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I just want one of those shirts he had on. His crew guys had on.
And whenever I go back and watch these old videos, I'm just like foaming at the mouth. Like, man, I wish there was, I know there are a bunch of retro stuff like that, but like I don't know. I feel like the shirts today are a way different look than what they used to be.
Yeah, they still have their look, but it's just the different material, different everything.
It's the material. Like that's what it is for me. Like it's today's shirts have a different feel than looking back at the shirts they used to rock. Yeah, great movie, by the way, Snake and the Mongoose.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen that movie.
We need to host a movie night. We'll stream that.
Just stream Snake and Mongoose. We'll give an overview.
It's not a bad one. So pulling that back up here, we've got John Force named Driver of the Year. Don Prudhomme breaks the 250 mile per hour barrier. John Force, I saw Elvis crash. And then taking a look at our next video, we have Matt Hagan's first 3-second funny car run. Some of these, I did choose some of the older ones, but, recency biased. Most of our videos are the most recent ones.
You folks that stayed around, that's a marvelous job. Let's go down the starting line and Allen.
With Tommy DeLargo, crew chief on that machine. Hey, for those of you fans that hung around, how about that? Hot little piece of history out here.
Dude, Don Prudhomme, Don Schumacher, just those teams are so iconic, man. I mean, you pick a name. Yeah, Jack Beckman, Matt Hagan, his son.
Pruitt.
Yeah, Leah Pruitt, Antron Brown, running in the motorcycles there under the Army. Angelle Savoy, Angelle Sampé, whatever she was called at the time. She's gone through so many name changes. Dude, super, super cool. But yeah, that 3-second pass, I remember sitting there watching that and being like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, have never seen it. Was to me, it felt like watching Jordan dunk from the free throw line. Like, nobody's done that. Nobody. That's just, it's insane to do. What's up, Dugenet? That's right. The party can start now. Party peoples. Leaving out the Sarge like that. I said his son.
Oh, you didn't say the Sarge, though.
The Sarge. Okay. Listen. Shout out the Sarge. You just want to see how about that? How about that, huh? Sarge. Whatever it's at, Sarge. And it's still got the tag. Look at that.
So while we're on the subject of Sarge, and we have people in the comments section, do we think Schumacher will be around long enough to get to 1,000 round wins?
I think with his new deal, it has him racing for locked in for quite some time with some major sponsorship. If he can just quit blowing up rear ends and get himself to making, more consistent rounds, I think so. I mean, he's right on the cusp of it. I just think that it's hard to say no, just because of who he is, what he's done in the sport. I've actually been kind of surprised that since he's made his full-time return at the lack of wins that he has had, or not even just the lack of wins, the lack of rounds that he has gone. At this point, he's a bracket buster. If he wins, he's a bracket buster, which that's wild to say. If you would have told me that in the early 2000s, that at some point he's going to be considered beatable, and considered someone that is a come from behind like type of deal, I said, you guys are crazy.
I'm with Drag Racing Mayhem.
That's where I was going to get to.
I don't have faith in Rick Ware Racing.
That's where my next point was going to be. Was I have all the faith in him as a driver to do it. It's all the other stuff that goes behind that, that I don't really have the faith in. Since he's made his full-time return, it's been nothing but disappointment. I'm a big fan. It's kind of hard not to be. The guy's great. He's always treated me well when I've met him out at the show, out at the races, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it doesn't tarnish his legacy, but it sure hurts to see him limp out of every weekend, blowing up or, not pulling the power that he should be. It's tough. It's really tough.
I'm going to tell you, if I'm Rick Ware, I'm probably beating on Antron Brown's door of his trailer at the race, or calling him up, or getting with Tony Stewart, who has a NASCAR background as well, or somebody, one of the bigger teams, Coletta, whoever, and like, hey, we would love to be a satellite team. We'll throw some money at you. We'll, try to get us up there. We'll carry some of your stuff on our cars. Everybody will know that we're a satellite team of yours. We'll trade some information, yada, yada, yada. Kind of like what you do see in the world of NASCAR. You have satellite teams who are with other organizations. Like for a long time, we were a satellite team of Roush, right, when I was at Petty's. So to do something like that, to me, would not only benefit Rick Ware, it would also benefit the other teams, because, hey, you are getting quality information because your parts, your pieces, you're kind of helping those guys out a little bit. You're getting more info to make yourself better. And are you going to tell everything you do? Absolutely not. But if you're Rick Ware, it gives you a baseline to at least get to where you look like a legitimate team on a week-to-week basis.
They've got to do something because, I think, you're right, Dugenais, that you can't really tarnish the legacy. I mean, unless you just do something boneheaded outside of the sport, to tarnish your legacy is kind of hard. But at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know, maybe tarnishing your legacy isn't the right word to use because, at one point he was unbeatable and the legacy is cemented in itself. But I don't know how I want to word this. It's just, it's tough. I mean, it's sad. I guess that's the way to see it. It's like, man, it's kind of a bummer because we know the caliber of the driver that he is. We know what he can do in the seat. It's just getting him the parts, the pieces, the crew. And I'm sure it'll come around if they can figure some stuff out. I'll go back into I'll go back a few comments here while we were showing some things. He says, he's a great driver. Performance isn't there. Let's remember this is a rebuild. They haven't gotten to the point where the equipment meets the drivers they have on the roster, which they have two of the greatest drivers. I mean, the team, just the parts, the pieces just need to kind of catch up to them. And if they do, look out, because I mean, I don't know how, if you have them running quality contending cars, that you can count them out, any given weekend.
Yeah. But I didn't mean to get off on a Tony Schumacher rant, or anything like that. Our tangent, not a rant, but I was just curious what everybody in the comments thought, because I'm kind of under the impression I would love to see it happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think time ticks away before we get there, just because
he's relatively young. Yeah, he's relatively young. With the longevity of the sponsorship that he's carrying, I would be hard pressed to say that he continues at the pace that he's doing right now. Being the fierce competitor that he is, at some point he's going to go, oh, okay, what do we got to do here? It ain't like he doesn't have money to put up, and at some point maybe he does. I'm not saying he doesn't now, but maybe he takes a larger leap into that. Like, what do we need? How do we get it done? Let's figure it out. And here's the funding for it, instead of just relying on sponsorship funding. But back to the moments bracket here. We have Austin Prock sets the #1 qualifier mark. Del Worsham wins Funny Car Championship. Kenny Bernstein unveils the Batmobile Funny Car, which great look, by the way. John Force's first career victory. Paula Murphy earns Funny Car license as a woman. Chuck Edgels breaks the 5-second barrier. Ron Capps wins his first championship. I wanted to highlight that one because I thought it was a good one, coming off of his double win as a team owner, to see how far he's come. Says a lot, man. Let's take a look at that.
How about 3.890, 325 miles an hour, Ron Capps. 3.908, 330 miles an hour, Matt Hagan. Ron Capps came here in 1997. His first race in a funny car was a D&Q. After 20 years, 446 Sunday starts, 614 round wins, 49 race wins, 4 championship runner-ups. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Capps is the 2016 Mellow Yellow Funny Car World Champion.
And what a moment this must be for Ron Capps. 20 years of dreaming to make it official. Here's Peter Clifford, the president of the NHRA.
You see him shaking? He is like rattled, man.
He was. I think he was borderline speechless.
Yeah, it's a great speech. I could have clipped it all, but it's a long speech. They do the whole Mellow Yellow jacket, and the president of Coca-Cola is there and stuff. check it out. A lot of these things, shout out to the NHRA YouTube for providing these or uploading them. That's where I got 99% of these videos. So credit goes to them for sure. But check it out. It's a great moment. It's a great interview. Just a little long to be running on the show here. Yeah, we used to be a country. We used to do things pretty proper, huh? Last year's rain out was kind of didn't get to have any of that whole pomp and circumstance at the top end, which is a great vibe. It's an entire feel. It was a bummer to not have that, so I'm excited. Hopefully we have that happen again this year. I don't have future telling powers or anything like that, but I don't foresee the season ending in the way it did last year. But yeah, it'll be fun to have that whole top end celebration and things like that. It's kind of lackluster with just having them under their tarps, under their canopies at the trailer, just like, yeah, you won, and they're like, it threw off the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Fireworks, same thing. Just walk across into everything. Today they just walk across the carpet. Yeah. I don't know if they lost funding for that or what, but throw it back, man. I mean, listen to the fans.
I tell you what, I will have fireworks for whoever the champion is if they'll just pay for my flight to Pomona. I'll just go buy a bunch of fireworks, and like whoever they says wins, I'll just strike a match, light them all. I'll just be standing back here like this.
Yeah, they definitely need to go back to the older days of doing that. I know they did the championship jackets. They don't even hand out the day of. They wait till the first race of the next season. Which, come on, have them ready to go. It's cool to see them draped up, get the medals and all that fun stuff. I mean, hell, we didn't even see Austin Brock get his jacket, because we all know what happened in Gainesville, and he was out of there. So when they did driver intros, there was no jacket to be presented, which, that's a whole other conversation we won't even get into. But taking a look at the rest of the moments here. Where we leave off? Frank Howley wins his first funny car bonus race. Jefferin wins Reading Nationals. Rookie Courtney Force wins Seattle. Craig Epperly upset win. Jim Epler's first 300 mile per hour fast as hell funny car pass. John Force wins 150th funny car victory. Melanie Troxel wins in both Top Fuel and funny car. Shirley Muldowney, first pro round win. And Austin Prock sets the NHRA speed record. You think I was going to leave that one off there? Think I was going to have NHRA beer guy hosting a show and not bring up Austin Prock speed record? You lost your damn mind. Let's take a look at that.
382 to a 391. Austin Prock's going to win it. A little bit late on the chutes down there for Jason Rupert. He might have been busy clapping his hands. I don't think Jason's going to be too disappointed putting a 391 on the scoreboard. But, ladies and gentlemen, how about 341 miles an hour? Nobody in the history of drag racing has seen a number like that on the scoreboard at an NHRA event.
And then they show the wrong scoreboard.
Okay. So
the whole thing, they never pan over to Austin's. It's like, yeah, well, kind of missed the mark on that one, I guess, huh?
So, hot take. I might get a lot of heat for this one. Alan Reinhart, great voice, personality, whatever you want to call it. It don't hit like Jason Galvin.
No.
When
Brian Loans,
you get those speeds, it don't hit like that.
No.
Like it was just like nonchalant. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. 341. No, like when it happens, Galvin and them know it. And it's like, God.
dude, listen to his commentary on the Sadie Glenn win. You would have thought she hit 341. You know, I mean, even down to the lower classes. Brian Loans would not have, you know, been so tempered in that moment. I don't think he's facing any flack or any heat for that one because, yeah, like that whole broadcast moment. Yeah, like you said, he's very, very golf first racing. Exactly. He's very mild mannered, and then you also show the wrong scoreboard. It was like, okay, what the hell, man? Get it together, TV crew.
Yeah.
But
Vision A, my wife says the same thing. She's like, why are they overzealous? I'm like, it's just, they get excited.
they are. Yeah.
There's sometimes where it does get a little too excited, but it's not my just let it go. It's all good. That's like my wife. We watch NASCAR and Dale Jr. will go, and you're like, then my child's laying there asleep. His arms are always like this. And if something like that goes off and he hears it real loud, he'll go.
Yeah. He'll rigor mortis gets, you know, stiffen up.
Oh no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I get it. My wife, like I say, my wife is definitely. She's like, God, they get a little too excited. It's like when you listen to NASCAR on the radio too. It's like here they come around turn 3, and you're like,
yeah.
What?
Hell, even horse racing sounds more exciting than that. It's like, yeah, they could have keyed that one up just a little bit, man. I mean, Galvin is better without CE. I understand why she's there, but CE better on the top end. That's her spot. Yeah. I definitely like her at the top end. I don't know. Their dynamic is all right, but a lot of time I feel like he's really there. It doesn't really feel like a natural back and forth. And I'm not knocking them. They're both great at what they do. And they probably knock my socks off any given day. If I tried to do the same thing they were doing, but it does not feel like a great pairing. You know, I feel like Galvin overtakes the lead a lot. And it's kind of left wanting a little bit more. But, you know, it's just my opinion there.
Yeah. I don't have much comment on that. I don't know. I love Galvin. I know we've had Joe on here, so I don't nothing negative towards Joe, but I definitely prefer having Galvin in the booth over Joe. I like Joe on the starting line. Joe's a good interviewer. He reminds me of what's his name? Oh God. I'm gonna kick myself. I'll think of it. Anyway.
Yeah, I think he's great on the starting line as well. He's the word I'm looking for escapes my mind. He's all over the place, and somewhere like that where he's just kind of like in the moment is great. I think we have assembled one of the best broadcast teams. They're all great in their own right, but maybe placing them in some certain different areas, maybe. Yeah. It's not a knock, but you got to stand where your strengths are. When you're not that strong in the booth, it shows up big time. That's being a sports media person. Understand that dynamic. Joe doesn't have a problem with asking the hard questions sometimes. Exactly. Yeah. I feel like he's quick to scurry over, grab someone, and just, hey, how about this? You know, why did this happen? What's going on here? You know, and he's a good showman for sure.
Joe, I figured it out. Ken Squire. I don't know if you've ever watched Ken Squire interview anybody.
No.
But he reminds me of Ken Squire.
I know Billy Squire.
Yeah. No, have you ever watched Stroker Ace, JB?
No.
With Burt Reynolds?
No.
Oh, man.
Honestly, if it's not like a old 90s. My wife hates this anytime there's like a movie I want to watch or something. If it's not like an Adam Sandler movie, I just don't have interest in it. My ADHD brain is just like, nope, can't comprehend, does not compute.
You gotta watch. I'll watch Snake and Mongoose. You gotta watch Stroker Race. That's our homework for this week.
Okay.
Because he's like, when he gets done interviewing the driver, they kind of feed him a line of BS, and he's like, just once. I wish you guys would give us a real story. I could see Joe doing that.
Yeah. He rubs people the wrong way, and I like that. Exactly. You're spot on with that. He's not afraid to just butt in, and hey, what's going on here? Why is this going on? He's a great media personality. Our guy Fast Eddie's in here. What's up, Eddie?
Oh, yeah.
Missed you last week, man.
He was probably on vacation again.
In that Hawaii life. All right, so taking a look at taking a look at us. Why is it not popping up all the way? There we go. We've got Jim Head wins the U.S. Nationals. John Force sweeps the Western Swing. Casey Spurlock wins from number 16 qualifying position. Gary Scelzi ends John Force dynasty. John Force wins record 16th title. Cruz Pedregon wins first championship. Kenji Okazaki wins in Moon Eye's funny car. Robert Height's first 3.7 second funny car pass. Shirley Muldowney qualifies at U.S. Nationals. Bob Bodie wins Brainerd Nationals, and Don Perdome breaks the 6-second barrier. A lot of great moments. I'm excited that they rolled this one out. I think it ends. I think the bracket closes right before Sonoma. It is open from closes July 17th at 11 a.m. So it lines right up with the Sonoma Nationals.
Dang. That would have been cool if it would have still been going on during Sonoma, and you just walked around to random people in the pit, like crew guys, and everybody be like, hey, pick one of these for me. And just like, that's how it was picked. You just had all random people in the pit.
Dude, Casey Spurlock is one of my favorite. He's great. Was great as a driver and everything, but him as a sideline reporter, that guy had so much swag. He was dripping 80s and 90s swag, dude. I go back and I watch some of these things on .tv, and he's on there. Dude, he's rocking some of the gnarliest hair, some of the coolest sunglasses. I have a picture saved to my phone just for it. He's hilarious, man. Yeah, I don't have my phone, so I can't pull it up here. But he used to be my background. Casey Spurlock used to be my. No, it was like, I think I had screen grabbed it from an actual race. He's got like a like almost like a fashion mullet. I don't know, and then rocking some like real old school Oakley glasses.
Oh, kind of like that.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude was swagging it out, man.
Like that's modern day fashion right now. Like that's where it's at.
You rolled up in the club and you're all eyes on you, man. It's like, yeah. Those that's the exact glasses, dude. I'm telling you. The guy oozed cool, man.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Like I said, he was my screensaver for a long time. People would look at that. If I handed them my phone, they'd be like, "What the fuck is that, man? What do you have this guy on here?" And I'd have to go through a whole explanation. I'm like, okay, well, he drove this car, and then he was a reporter, and yeah, he's cool as hell, man.
I want to get me some of those Oakleys that Scelzi had, and grow my mustache out like him.
Over the tops.
Yeah, get me a little handlebar and just.
I feel like those would leave the gnarliest sunburn. Like you would have the most ridiculous suntan line wearing those things out for a weekend.
Just I'll wear them out to the lake, drink a beer on the wakeboard, and just Got the gnarly Gary Selzy.
I've looked for a pair. I couldn't really. Maybe nobody had any for sale at the time, but I remember being a kid and wanting those as well, and being like, no, I would wear the hell out of those things, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Super cool. Super cool. Well, let's take a pause here. We're actually going to play the Drag Race Bracket Bonanza promo, and we'll be right back.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
And if you guys have been living under a rock and you don't know it, there's a Beer Guy League. Code to enter is all one word, lowercase, Beer Guy. Join that bad boy. The winner of the race, overall winner of the race last weekend, picked up a 1,000-round Win Club card. There will be some more prizes coming along as the season ends. We're going to be doing Beer Guy's going to be doing the bracket within a bracket, which everybody loves. And it'll be a fun time. But make sure you guys are joining, sign up, and get yourself involved in Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. I need to put up I have it tucked away. I need to find somewhere to hang my plaque. Show it off right. But yes,
it needs to be right in the eyes of the sunglasses of the bear, right behind you. Just
oh yeah. But shout out! We didn't never mention that. Shout out my Father's Day gift. How about this, huh? Knocked my camera off base here. There we go. Shout out my wife and the kids, man. That's like a 7-foot banner that she got me. I was so pumped for that thing. The quality of printing is top notch. Great background piece. I had to reorganize, and now I got my Kenny Bernstein corner over here. But dude, yeah, I was like, when I opened that thing, I'm like, what is that? What did she get me? You know, I had no clue, and all I could see was the NHRA logo, and I was like, oh, I know it's good.
Yeah.
All right, opened it up. I'm like, oh snap, this is sick. Yeah. Speaking of printing, we have some announcements that will be dropping pretty soon. We have a new sponsor for the show. They are going to be providing some printing for us. I will be at the Sonoma race Saturday and Sunday. And if anyone's watching this and you guys come across me, I will have some nice size stickers of our logo that I'll be handing out. Online printing. My buddy Gary is jumping on board with us and wants to help sponsor the show, and we'll be providing some printing for us. So that's really neat, and we're super thankful for him. Look out for some social media stuff. I'll be probably popping into his shop and doing some like videos, to show people what kind of capabilities his shop has. He's got the coolest wide format printer. I mean, the guy can do anything from business cards, hero cards, stickers, banners, signs. He's got I think it's a 54-inch wide printer. Dude, it is a beast. I actually worked for Gary for about 2.5 years, maybe even 3, and was in his shop when we installed this printer. And man, this thing was an absolute beast to run. I mean, the capabilities that this thing can do, it could print an entire wrap of a top fuel car, of a funny car, motorcycle, pro stock car within an hour. I mean, this thing is bad, dude. Yeah. So I'm excited. Have him jump on board. Super thankful to have him supporting the show. Yeah, stay tuned for those stickers. Maybe we'll do some giveaways for some of the winners of the Beer Guy League, of the overall winner. Maybe we'll send some stuff out and include a sticker and a couple stickers, things like that. But yeah, we're super pumped for that.
Oh, dude, we should do a banner for the overall season champion. You know how they have like the banners you see people's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man, that'd be slick.
Yep. We could definitely do that. And Gary, by the way, he is a local print shop, but he does ship nationwide. So if there's something that you're needing, just give him a holler. Don't hold it against him that he's a Lodi Stockton local. He can ship anywhere. I know we've done some stuff that's gone across country before, but yeah, he's a great guy. I'm happy to support him. Happy to have him support us. It's a real natural fit for the show. That's the kind of sponsors I want. People that I know firsthand. It'd be great to have these big Red Line Oil, things like that. I'm sure they're great people. I don't know anybody of them, but it's cool to have people I do know and I have my back.
Yeah, I need a beer sponsor. I need a beer sponsor.
Yep.
So we got to work on that.
We need to find some there's a couple local breweries here to us. Maybe we can reach out to them.
I got some here, but they're
a lot of our stuff is wine.
Yeah.
We're wine central.
Yeah, y'all are in wine country.
That's right. It's not Sonoma. You'd think it's Sonoma.
Yeah.
But this is the wine capital of the world, baby.
But I don't know. I got my that FIFA cup?
Yeah.
I got it in the mail today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Beer
Nice.
Guy Brewery.
That's cool.
That's what Drag Racing Mayhem said. He said Beer Guy Brewery. I could get down with that.
Yeah.
I would just have like people be like, "Oh, can I get an IPA?" I'd be like, "No, you can get a beer. Get a light beer or a heavy beer. One of the two. You're not getting IPAs and hazies and all this other crap they come out with, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You get a light beer, or you get a regular beer and a light version. That's it.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it'd be like that Montgomery Gentry song. It's a country song. I know you probably don't know it, but it's Titty's beer. They said they ain't gonna sell them by the pair and call it a rack. I said, I'm surprised ain't nobody took off for that one. That doesn't sell.
Ugh. Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up here. I'm gonna get back inside and back to daddy duty. We appreciate you guys supporting and watching the show. Make sure you give it a like, give it a share. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And we'll be back next week. We will be previewing the Sonoma race. Got my Sonoma shirt on already. I am itching to get out there. It's gonna kill me to watch Friday's session and just be like, okay, man, I should get out there. Yeah. I also just received my media credentials. Shout out Beer Guy for checking in on that last time. So everything's cool, kosher with that.
Have they announced who the legends of the weekend are? I imagine Snake's going to have to be one, right?
I think Gary Selzy is the only one they've announced so far. Yeah. Yeah, because it's his home track.
I need you to, if you meet Gary Selzy, you got to FaceTime me.
Oh yeah,
got to FaceTime me. I have to meet Gary Selzy. This is the only chance I'll get.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make some cool connections there, and I think the goal for the weekend will be maybe pop in and do some live stuff here or there. We'll let you guys know a little bit ahead of time. But yeah, I think we're gonna. I don't know about probably Saturday to do a lot of live streaming. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I just thought of something cool. Could you imagine if we live streamed and you got Gary Selzy on the show live, and he agreed to shotgun a beer with me?
In the sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We'll
see. We'll see. I'm gonna definitely try and push our luck and see what we can't pull. And not a great opportunity that you can only get by being out at the track. So I'm excited. Can't wait till next Saturday. That's for certain. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Peace.
Shut it down! Let's go home! It's a wrap, dude! That is a wrap.